Hello and welcome to another edition of The Strip Down with Talking Kit. I'm James. I hope this is live because we've had a few technical issues. Aaron's not here this evening, so think of me as the interim manager, perhaps, to some sort of football team who has no idea of coaching because it's not really his squad, but there we go. We've got a great lineup of people on this evening just to talk about this weekend's fixtures. I'll introduce them now to yourselves. So we'll add them all in now to the chat. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. And I guess we'll go Josh, a.k.a. the Kitsman, who's been on a previous podcast with us before. How are you tonight, Josh? You okay?
Yeah, doing really well, thank you, mate. Doing really well.
Good. Thanks for joining us. We've also got Daps and Soups. Thanks for joining us. Loud and clear. Can you hear us, guys? Yes? No? You guys I can't hear, but...
Oh, no.
It's all good. I don't think I've muted you at this end. Let's have a look. Hang on. Have I muted you? I don't think I have. Wait. 1 second.
Do seem to have muted icon on, don't they?
Yes, and I can't unmute that. Anyway, Tom's with us as well. Oh, there we go. You unmuted now,
We
guys?
are here. I just need to sort out Daps' camera because it keeps freezing just a little bit. It keeps like playing up, but mine's all right.
That's all right. Yeah, we'll blame Daps' camera for the fact I'd muted everyone in the chat, so it's all good. And we've also got Tom with us. Tom has been on a previous episode of Talking Kit, and of course is part of the amazing tagline and the music that we have with us this evening. How are you all guys doing? You all good?
All good, thank you, mate.
All good, thanks, man.
Excellent. So we've got a Newcastle fan, Man City fan, United fan, a Spurs fan with us this evening just to go through everything. So very interesting with the fixtures we've got in hand. I guess we'll go straight to it. We have got a huge fixture ahead of us, sort of a little bit later on. Well, tomorrow, in fact, the early kickoff, which we'll get straight into. I'm going to show this on now, if everyone can see this. Hopefully you can. And this is the first kickoff of this weekend. We've got Chelsea City. Just while Daps is working out his setup, I don't think he's gone on mute again. We'll go to you, I guess, Josh, first of all.
Yeah.
Chelsea City. So 3-1 away to City this fixture last time round. Thoughts on this? I mean, I don't like the dark blue and light blue as a clash. What do you think to that as kits, first of all?
Yeah, that's really strange, actually. Usually they sort of like have some sort of like opposing colour. To have that both like that is very strange. Very strange. I'm still getting used to the actual sort of checkerboard effect on the Chelsea shirt because it goes into the shorts as well, as you've noticed. It's really strange, but I admire the design on it. Very strange to get that sort of thing going on nowadays, but I appreciate it. What do I think the result's going to be on this one? I don't know, really. It's going to be a tough one for Chelsea. They've found form, haven't they? I'd go... In fact, I'd probably go low scoring. I'd probably go, 2-1 Chelsea?
Yeah, you're going 2-1 Chelsea for this one? I think Tuchel's got a better record against Pep than the other way around. They have had the up hand in the FA Cup Champions League final as well, of course, in this fixture. So bookies are saying this is a draw. What do you think, Tom, for this one?
I think it'll be a home win. I think Chelsea will win. I think this has quickly kind of become possibly like the standout fixture of the season for me. It's kind of come from nowhere, because when you think about it, it was always like Man United, Arsenal. Then when it was Chelsea, it was like kind of Chelsea, Man United. Then when it was City, Man United. But I feel like this is kind of unlikely, really. But I can only see Chelsea winning, to be honest. I think City, with being without a striker and away from home, I think it'll be quite a routine win for Chelsea. I'll say 2-0.
You're going 2-0 Chelsea, okay. So no scorer for City. I'd love to get Daps on opinion on this, but he's not to be seen. Lukaku obviously seems to be sort of hit the ground running with this one, Josh, so far for Chelsea. Do you think he's got a fair chance of getting on the score sheet this weekend?
I do think that, yeah. I mean, it really did surprise me, sort of like the turnaround, because he did sort of, he left Inter on like the crest of the wave, didn't he? Really, I mean, he was. Would I be right? Would I be wrong in saying he was he almost top goal scorer in Serie A last season, or close to?
I believe so. Certainly not far off if he wasn't.
Not far off, no. Surprise sort of return to Stamford Bridge, but he can't help but find the net, can he? So I think there's zero chance we're not going to see him on the score sheet. I'm pretty sure of that.
Fair enough. Daps, if your mic's working, we've got a lot of pro Chelsea in terms of result for this one. What do you think for this game?
So firstly, we're representing never a foul, and that was the biggest foul start I've ever seen. You know what it was? We had everything. I've just been on the stream by myself on a different stream with one setup, and then we had to switch to another setup, and we had no time to test it. And OBS is playing silly buggers, and my missus is probably watching a film inside the house. And I apologize, and I didn't want to do that to you, Aaron, on my first.
It's all good.
First time on Talking Kit, which me and Aaron have been trying to. So I apologize. Now, kit wise, are we talking kits?
We're talking kits. We're also talking fixtures. I don't like the blue on blue. What do you think to that?
What, the Chelsea blue on blue?
Well, just the fact that City aren't in an away kit.
Oh, the you know what? It's strange because when I went to put this on this evening, I was thinking exactly that. I wonder if we'll wear that. And generally, it's, you know what? Weird things happen in football. Like light blue v dark blue is allowed, but then there'll be two kits that are completely different, and some idiot will say they can't happen because they clash, and it's like,
got the wrong socks or something.
What,
like that.
bruv? Like, yeah, I'm not. I mean, look, my eyes are awful, and I can tell the difference. However, do we talk kits as well? Should we, or do we save that for the other show?
I mean, we've digressed into the kits, but I mean, it is the 12:30 kickoff on BT Sports. But what do you think in terms of a result? Because obviously, the guys here, if you didn't hear Josh and Tom, they were saying, I mean, the bookers are saying it's going to be a draw, but they're favouring Chelsea for this one as they are strong contenders this season. What do you think on that as a City fan?
I said earlier
without the blue tinted glasses on, please.
No, I don't have blue tinted. Listen, you get my blue tinted glasses after January. Until January, you get my main roads glasses, which is very pessimistic.
Trust me.
So, look, if you offer me a draw, 1 point. For those that don't know what draw is,
you don't get two for a draw these days.
I would spend that money that we were going to spend on Kane and didn't, and take that point. Look, at the moment, Chelsea are in great form. They're so hard to break down. Their manager's 3 up on Pep. Pep's overthinking it already. Pep is thinking a whole heap of what to do, and Tuchel is. So I'd take a draw. I'd take a draw. I think Chelsea will win. However, the sword in the stone, I keep saying this, right? The sword in the stone. Like, I hope, I'm a bit older than probably most of you, but I think most of us know what happened, the sword in the stone. No one could remove that sword from the stone. Like, that's Pep and Chelsea at the moment. However, eventually the sword comes out the stone.
For the right person.
And the same happened with Klopp and Liverpool. It took us a while. It took Pep a while to get over it. Pep's been studying Klopp since May. Studying Tuchel since May. It might work in our favour, or we might overthink it again and end up playing Walker up top and Diaz in goal.
Walker in goal.
I got told today that Pep changed the team the morning of the Champions League final because he had a dream. So look,
sounds about right.
So I'm not confident, but at the same time, this is why we have Pep Guardiola. This is what he likes to do. He likes these challenges. And this is a big challenge because Tuchel's Chelsea, man. Me and Soups went to watch them for Jay's birthday the other week. And look, I wasn't excited by them. They looked very average against Villa. But they won 3-0 and never looked at risk of conceding a goal. And that's the problem, that they look a hard team to break down. And for me, my prediction I've given sounds absolutely mental for a team that have only conceded 1 goal in a penalty. But it could happen. Like, these are the games that win you. These are the games that start you on runs that win you leagues. If we can't beat Chelsea this week or Liverpool next week, we ain't challenging this season. So Pep has to earn his money this weekend and do something bizarre or something very simple.
Are you happy with the draw this weekend, Dan?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, at the moment, you've got, like I said, you've got first half of the season, Daps, and that is if I can take a draw against Chelsea at the Bridge, if I can take a draw against Liverpool at Anfield next week, then I think we've got United in about 2-3 weeks as well at Old Trafford. I mean, I'd like to say we could win that because we seem to get the better of you at Old Trafford, then you seem to get the better of us at the Etihad at the moment. But saying that, the beautiful thing is we will have played Tottenham, United, Liverpool, Chelsea away from home in the first 12 games of the season, which is a positive. But look, Anfield, I can never expect anything but a point at best. The Bridge this season, I think is... Look, they've got a defence that's hard to beat and they've got Lukaku up top. I'd be crazy to come on here and say, but I'm saying it, we're going to win 3-2.
Oh, there's a prediction. There's a prediction. Daps very passionate there with that. So, Soups, we'll come on to you in a second because we'll go on to our next fixture. So that, of course, is Chelsea versus City, 12:30 BT Sports. We'll come on to the next fixture now. So this game was supposed to apparently be a 3:00 kickoff due to a Cortina's gig at the Old Trafford Cricket Ground. It has been.
Hold on.
Priorities.
No, that now, because
Priorities.
someone told me this earlier and I was thinking, this is mental. I'm sorry, yeah, but Manchester is what? The 4th biggest city in the country? Is it 4th?
Something like that, I think. Yeah.
3rd or 4th. And they can't cope with 2 events going on in the same. However, the fact that you've just said it's at Old Trafford Cricket Ground kind of now makes me understand it that little.
Yeah, it's not at one of the main arenas. It is at the
no,
cricket
it's
ground.
all right. If it's in Old Trafford,
I kind of feel like the rationale is about policing.
yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is. But still, in a major city, look, in London every weekend, how many games of football, concerts, boxing events do they have on? However, it's in a very confined area of Manchester, so I get it. I do get that if it's there.
Yeah.
So, Soups, we'll start with you this one. So it is the 12:30 kickoff. It's not even televised, this one either. This finished 2-1, the same fixture last year. What do you think on this one? Obviously, it had a wobble midweek and obviously in the Champions League as well, Manchester United. So what do you think to this one?
Yeah, we had a wobble. Obviously, Ollie's tactical news is being called into question and stuff like that. Everyone talking about his coaching style and whether we have one or whether we've got a game plan and stuff like that. I kind of feel like this kind of game will bring it back. Obviously, we'll see. We made 11 changes midweek. So obviously that was going to be crazy. I think that was Ollie's chance to just see a few players in game situations, live situations where they can actually try and make a difference and burst into the first 11. A lot of them didn't. A lot of them didn't really pass the audition. So I think we'll go back to basics. And Ronaldo will be back. I've seen that Cavani might be back as well. So,
who starts then?
I'm fairly confident about this game. I can see a win for Man United here.
But if Cavani's back, who starts, boys? Cavani or so? James, you're this is really difficult.
I'm a United fan.
I can tell all 3 of you lot are football kit guys because I've got James, who I know is United with a Barcelona top on, right? And very beautiful. Is that like the? Aaron just messaged me saying, just to be clear, this is the preview game, not the kit game. However, did Georgie Hadji wear that one? Possibly?
No, this isn't that retro. We're not going that far back. This is
That's the mashup, isn't it?
One of the memorial one. Yeah, it's the mashup.
Oh,
one.
okay, right. And then, so you're United.
It's got the colours. I like it.
So I think Mr.
So Josh from the Kitsman is a Newcastle fan, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for my
and
sins.
you can see Tom there, who did the music for Talking Kit. He's Spurs.
Yeah, I see that. Okay, cool. So just to the United fan, 2 of you, if Cavani is back,
you mean Newcastle United fans? Or...
No.
There's more than just one United.
Sorry, well, you know what? If you say City, you might be meaning Norwich. So
got to be precise. Could be Bristol. Could be Bristol. Got to be precise.
But to the Salford United boys, right? If Cavani is back, then he ain't pushing Ronaldo out of the team, is he? Let's be 100.
I don't know if Soups would agree with this, but for me personally, I think Cavani's got to work his way back into the team. I think you go with Ronaldo up top, Cavani off the bench as an option. That's how I would say.
Absolutely. No, you literally took the words out of my mouth.
Great choice.
Absolutely. I'd agree with that. I think, we've been seeing Ronaldo like going around Manchester like this week, like going Subway and stuff like that. He's obviously trying to get the Manchester experience, trying to get recultured again. get re-engaged in what Manchester United are saying and get engaged with the fans and stuff like that. So I feel like
And coming out of Subway, sorry, with no sub in his hand.
he probably ate in. He probably ate in.
All right, fair enough. Meatball
Yeah.
marinara.
Yeah, he probably got like a veggie.
So you're going for a United win, Soups, correct?
I'm definitely going for United. I can't see anything else other than a United win. I think if we lose this week, which I don't think we will, but if we do lose this week, then Ollie's management style comes into question.
Already is.
It already is in question, but it really comes under the spotlight if we F up this week. I can't see anything but a routine, maybe even like clean sheet, maybe 3-0, 3-1. I'm kind of thinking like see, Daps shaking his head. I know like we don't really get into a game until we've gone behind or we get scared after the first 10 minutes and stuff like that. But I kind of feel like because of the upsets midweek and last week that we've just got to start the game and be completely up for it. And Ronaldo will be rousing the team and trying to get everyone up
Managing
for it.
the team.
Yeah,
he will. Yeah, he loves a bit of
manage the team from on the pitch. So yeah, I kind of feel like
Now, you know
they
what?
won't want to let him down.
You know, if Ronaldo's back, you'll probably win it. But everything you just said, I hear what you're saying, but you probably felt that way against both games against West Ham. And
we did, but there was a lot of contentious decisions in the first game. But I'm not going to rely on that. We did get outplayed midweek.
Well, let's get the opinion from a neutral then. So, Josh, what do you think on this one? Obviously, seeing United in their previous fixtures with West Ham, sort of poor result really midweek. What do you think on the result for this one?
Oh, it's going to be only one way. It's going to be a United win. I mean, they're just on fire, aren't they? I mean, what was it? They got like some statistic last week for like getting the most shots on target or something like that. There was a statistic going around, wasn't there, saying how many shots they had? I mean, it's going to be a difficult one to sort of play out. I think for Villa, I think it's going to be very much a defensive game for them. I don't know. I think you just got too much of a stronger team against you. Ronaldo is just getting them. I mean, is Ronaldo in content? Is he in doubt? Sorry, I didn't really get that.
No, it's just that Cavani's back in contention. So
right,
when does that force Ronaldo out wide? It certainly doesn't force him out the team, but that was the debate really. But
I don't think you'll play him out wide. I think you've got too much choice out wide now to play him out wide. I think you'll bang on probably 60 minutes Ronaldo, last 30 Cavani.
Ronaldo's a different machine now, isn't he? Like I've just noticed him when he's been one-on-one with a few occasions. He has lost quite a lot of pace, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's not wide play. It's funny because I don't know. Maybe when he was in Italy, we missed that change, but it has happened.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like he just does up top. Yeah, what a striker!
Oh, yeah.
Like,
he's in the right positions, isn't he?
Just so you're very clear,
he's always there or thereabouts.
In the right place, isn't he?
Yeah,
I am Ronaldo is the GOAT. Even as a City fan, yeah, I'm Ronaldo over Messi all day long. I'm a big Ronaldo fan. It's hard work and everything, and he just does everything a striker should do. Like even the few games you've seen at Man United with him already, like he's just doing exactly what we need. Why didn't we were never in contention?
So story for another time, Dap. Story for another time. Tom, what do you think on this one?
Yeah, I think with Ronaldo, it's an absolute no-brainer. It's like Lukaku at Chelsea. Like Ronaldo, no matter how much like he's adapted and changed, he is now a world-class striker. Like, give him one chance, he'll score one goal. He's not messing about, is he? Like you've seen, like straight. I know what I say that. Like a few of them have been rebounds, haven't they? But if he can get in and around the box, quick movement, and he'll do the business. I've got no idea why you'd think of changing it up. The only thing I'd think with Man United is Sancho's due a good game. Is he injured or anything?
Yeah.
He's not injured. He played midweek and he had his chance to shine. Like I said earlier, I don't think any of the players that played midweek really gave a good account of themselves other than Donny van de Beek.
Yeah.
But we all know historically what Ollie's going to do with Donny van de Beek. He probably won't play him. He won't feature. So the rest, I don't think they're going to come in and challenge the first 11 that we will know will probably start. So yeah, I just kind of feel like we're going to go exactly how we think the team's going to be. It's going to be McFred.
You think?
Yeah, love it or hate it. Yeah, it's probably going to be McFred, and yeah, Ronaldo will play. I think Sancho. I think he's trying to shoehorn Sancho in on the left hand side because Greenwood's been doing so well on the right hand side.
No, it's more than that, What it is
What do you think?
what it is the type of player that Sancho is. I like to really debate football, and I can tell you want to get to all the games, but I think
No,
the
it's
reason why Sancho is playing on the left is because if like I feel like there's this idea that Sancho is this Leroy Sané type winger, right? If you haven't watched him, but he is so not that player, right? And he needs a link-up man, right? Aaron Wan-Bissaka is definitely not that link-up man, right? However, Luke Shaw is definitely that link-up man. Like Sancho plays 1-2s, like him and Marshall even the other day. Like what you saw of them together, they were linking up well,
Same
with
with
1s and
Ronaldo
2s
as well.
and whatever.
Give and
So
go.
I feel like, yes, you are right. I do think Greenwood on the right because I'm a big fan of Greenwood. I would love Greenwood at City, right? Gunman. But unfortunately for Greenwood, when you've got Ronaldo and Cavani, it's difficult. So I like that Greenwood is getting that time on the right because actually Greenwood's crossing back end of last season, sensational. So he can do that. The problem is the left because Sancho, I feel, has to play there to get the best out of Sancho. He needs someone to link up with, like Luke Shaw, because Luke Shaw goes forward. They can link up well. The other problem you've got on the left is that if you want to play Bruno, right, your DM is not good enough. So then you play a pivot with one of your pivots not really being a pivot. These are actually a box-to-box in McTominay. So that means where do you play Pogba? Oh, so Pogba needs to play on the left. And it's just this. I get what I grilled United fans all summer.
Welcome to supporting Man United, Daps. That's how it goes these days. We will move on because I think it's a debate for another time.
Yeah.
But we'll go to one of the. We do have to talk this game because it is one of the fixtures from the weekend. So yeah, this is obviously one of the 3:00 kickoffs. Again, it's not going to be televised. For that one, do you think? I guess we'll start with you on this one, Soups. Again, do you think this is going to be first on Match of the Day? This fixture?
Probably, yeah. Do you know what? Obviously, it won't be first. We'll probably try and get it out of the way. Do you know what? I can kind of see it being a high-scoring game. I can see a lot of goals in this game. Norwich have just been horrendous this whole season. Horrendous. And we can probably nail it on that they're going to go down this season. But Everton still haven't really kicked into gear, have they? They've got Benitez, and he hasn't really kind of found his feet with Everton. But I think this is the game that he's going to really kind of make a statement. So okay. I can't see anything but an Everton win.
The Norwich manager has said that Norwich are only 3 points behind his projected plan for the season. They've yet to get a point, I believe, on the board. This finished as a 2-0 away win for Norwich last season. Tom, how do you see this one going?
Oh, I think Everton will batter them. Do you know what? I think teams like Norwich and Fulham, teams like that, they've had enough chances. If they get promoted, there needs to be like a middle league between the Championship and the Premier League, and those like 3-4 teams can just play each other. And because they're clearly too good for the Championship, but not good enough for the Premier League. And and every season, like you see, like when decent teams are getting into the playoffs, like Forest were close a few years ago. I was thinking that Sheffield Wednesday were a few years ago. I was thinking, God, it'd be great to have that. And I always feel so disappointed when like teams like these and Fulham come up. It's just like it's the same old, isn't it? Like just have it done with, just get them relegated as soon as possible.
Sorry to interrupt. Like I haven't seen like the team sheets, or I haven't really studied Everton's form or anything. But what's happened to James Rodriguez?
He's gone. He's gone.
I was gone.
He's gone to Qatari.
Yeah, okay. Say no more. Forget about him. So Dominic Calvert-Lewin, has he?
No, he's been quiet.
He's been quiet. So
I think he's been injured.
Okay, is he back now and available for selection for tomorrow's game? Do we know?
Not entirely sure. Not too sure. I've not spoken to Everton's backroom staff, but
that's the thing with Everton. Oh, lovely cat. Don't.
They've still got Richarlison and stuff like that in contention.
Yeah, Richarlison had an amazing Copa America and stuff like that. It was like really, really good. I thought when he came back to start the season, he's going to be tired and fatigued, and he probably wouldn't kick on. But started the first few games pretty well, like really involved and stuff like that. So. He's kind of the guy who's in form, isn't he?
Townsend's been fantastic for them as well. Townsend and Damari Gray, I can't believe they got him.
He's good, man.
Was he free or like $1 million or something?
Yeah, one of the bargains certainly for the season.
Yeah,
for sure.
They've both looked fantastic for him so far. But they got beat 3-0 at Villa last week. They played really well. They just capitulated at the end, and they looked worthy of getting a point. Like, the result's not as bad as the performance, but like, they're not the best at the back. But
so we're both, Soups and Tom, both going for an Everton win. Josh, on this one, I mean, Norwich could have wore the yellow shirt. I don't see why they couldn't have done that. But
it'll be
I don't understand. What's this orange business? What's going on?
so we can have City, Chelsea both in home kits that are blue, but then with this one they can't wear the bright yellow.
There we go.
But I'll put a note on.
I guess the shirts.
Josh, what's your prediction for this one?
It's an Everton win, isn't it? I mean, like you alluded to, Norwich just seem to be the whipping boys. I mean, they do so well in the Championship, don't they? I mean, Pukki, you can see he'll probably score, but unfortunately, no one else is going to chip in. I don't think they're strong enough. They, like you say, they should be that sort of like middle ground, shouldn't they? With those teams just sort of playing in there, because they just don't seem to sort of last in the Premiership. They come straight down again, which is it's just a shame.
Be careful what you say.
Yeah,
careful what you say.
I am. I'm trying. But no, I think it's going to be Everton win. Unfortunately for Norwich, it's going to be another loss for them.
Cool. Daps, we'll finish with you on this one. What do you think for this one?
You know what? Everton just bore me now. Aren't they one of the richest clubs in the league? Apparently.
I think they're sort of like they've definitely got the best business acumen or something like that. Yeah.
Whoa! Calm down with that, young man.
Yeah.
Go and study CFC. Go and study the City Group before you talk that type of talk, young man. Okay. No, but what I mean by bore me is strange, because before the money, Everton used to be one of our bogey teams, but since the money, it's like. I mean, I'm in awe of their stadium. That looks like beautiful surroundings.
By the coat.
Really, really nice. The way it's sat on the Mersey. But yeah, they're nothingness. Like I like their manager. I think their manager was a great appointment, Benitez. But I feel like what's probably happened with Benitez, bless him, is he's gone into a club that have money, but I feel like he's been told, we spent a lot, so let's see what you can do. We're not just going to give you a bag of money to go and spend it. And it's like all he's wanted is a bag of money for several seasons. Someone give him a damn bag of money and let him do what he can do. But I think they've probably said to him, you have to, let's see what you can do with this team now. Because they're, and like, yeah, Richarlison is good, but big games. I mean, this isn't a big game. It has to be, if you want my prediction, Everton win it. But I'll just.
Sorry to back you up. It says, so whilst we were talking, I just looked at team news, and it looks like Benitez has said in his press conference today, Calvert-Lewin, Coleman, and Richarlison, any chance they could be available? He says no chance they will not be available. So
it'll still be. I mean,
completely opens it up, doesn't it, for Norwich to come and steal the win?
Look, we've got a Tottenham fan next to us, so what I'm going to say is, they will beat Norwich by a bigger margin than Arsenal did.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Let's move on then after that statement. So we've got another 3:00 kickoff. I think we'll go with Josh on this one just to start with. So we've got Leeds versus West Ham.
This could be a FIFA score, couldn't it? I mean, Leeds literally sort of like Leeds are all out on attack, aren't it? West Ham are scoring as well. I mean, I can see this probably being, like I say, a big high scoring affair. I'm going to go for I don't know, Leeds need to get off the mark, don't they, a little bit more? So I want to go for a Leeds 3-2.
3-2. It'd be nice for the neutrals, I guess, if it's a 3-2. Tom, we'll go on you on this one. So what are you thinking?
I think it'll be a score draw. I think West Ham just look really good attacking. And like even when they're playing against big teams, because normally they're all right up until they play against decent teams and there's nothing, but they just constantly look dangerous. So I can always see them scoring in matches. So yeah.
Score draw for you, Tom?
Yeah. Go for a score draw.
Daps, I'll ask you a question directly on this one rather than the result. Bielsa, is he what he should be? Is he cracked up to be? Is he this bit of a myth as a manager, or do you think he's the real deal?
Reserve judgment till he manages a different team.
Okay. Do you think he'll get that chance?
Who?
Bielsa. Yeah.
You know what? Maybe some of us, our minds are biased because we all hear that Pep is in awe of Bielsa and learnt off of Bielsa and whatever else. So we want to think. The one thing I know is that them lot know how to. They know how to make a game mayhem against the most tactical manager. They can just make a game absolute mayhem. I don't know. I think I think West Ham are winning this. I think West Ham 3-1.
Okay.
Leeds haven't started. They're playing the football that they love to play, but they haven't started the season too well. And West Ham, they're coming off the back of a unlucky loss to United and then a win against United. I think West Ham are going to do this.
Is Antonio back?
Don't know. These are the type of games that West Ham need to be. All I hear is that West Ham are the second best team in London. So based on that, right?
Who'd you hear that from?
A lot of any Chelsea or West Ham fan or anyone that doesn't support doesn't support Arsenal or Tottenham tells me that West Ham are the second best team in London now. Now, cool. I'm not so sure about that. Step up and prove it, because if that is true, you beat Leeds. So.
And just one last question for you, Daps, before we move on to Soups and his prediction. Do you think Leeds will be safe this year, or do you think they've got to worry about relegation?
I don't. If they are, it's only because of the quality of other teams in the league. I don't think that. I think they're going to have this. Last season, they came up and they played their open, lovely, entertaining football, and that's fine first season because you get some results like that. I think this season, a lot of teams are going to clock onto it, and I think they could be at risk this year, to be fair, because that only goes a certain way. When you come up with balls the size of hot air balloons, it sometimes gets you to a certain height, but then they get popped and you drop very quickly. So.
Fair enough. This finished 2-1 to West Ham away in December last year. Soups, what do you think on this one?
This one, like Dap said, I'm going to echo what everyone's saying. Obviously, they play. We're going to score more than you. They've got no defensive new or tactical new or anything like that. They just try and score. And that might be the way they get unstuck. I think, like Daps alluded to, last season, they came up, they kind of surprised people with it. This season, people will be prepared for it. So they'll just be ready, have a very low block, put in a counter-attack and stuff, and just go against them, just like try and score against them. And teams with a better defense will ultimately do better than Leeds. So, the
other thing is, I was going to say Moyes as well. Like that, if you have a team like Leeds and they play the style that they play against Pep, I think Pep was actually like, you know what, let's just go out and outscore them, right? And against Ollie, the same thing, right? Moyes hasn't got a squad like City and like United. So Moyes will probably go into this a bit more, you know what, boys, let's just defend solidly and we will catch them out. So I think Moyes will maybe go into this a bit more paying attention to the tactics a bit more than maybe a manager that can just rely on the squad. Yeah. And I think they'll pick them off. I think like when you said they won 2-1 last year, I think West Ham 3-1. Yeah. And Soups, sorry, your prediction, because that was Soups.
Are you speaking on behalf of Soups there?
He did. You know what?
That's what we do.
Echo my prediction. Yeah, I think West Ham 3-1. I can't see Leeds winning this game tomorrow. It's just
okay.
Yeah.
Josh, have we had your prediction on this, Josh?
They're riding.
Yeah,
3-2. Sorry.
Are you going?
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'll just close it out. I kind of feel obviously West Ham are riding on a massive high right now. Obviously, doing a thing over Man United, so they're going to be fully confident. They're going to be fully ready for this matchup. I think they're going to believe that they can do whatever they can do, the best they can do in this league. So yeah, I just think they're going to win 3-1 tomorrow against Leeds.
Cool. Okay, we'll move on to the next 3 o'clock kickoff. And we'll go for Josh on this one, given that it is his team. Thoughts on this away fixture for Newcastle, Josh?
You see, this is the sort of game where we'll just come out and just sort of win 3 or 4-0. I kid you not. Like, there's so much sort of like unpredictability of Newcastle. I've got to that stage now where I think when Saturday comes, I'm like, how are we going to lose this weekend? It's how it is. It's not, I'm not excited anymore. Like, I'll text my brother and just say, just scored. But, we won't let ourselves get ahead of ourselves because we know we're going to concede 2 or 3 straight afterwards. It's Cara and Neville went up to St James's last week, didn't they? And they were sat with the fans. And like Neville just said, like, I'm not going to lie, but when I come up here, it's depressing now. Like, it used to be where you know, it was just like a fortress. You know, crowds got behind the players. You know, people were scared to go up there. Now it's like, oh, I've got Newcastle next weekend. It's going to be an easy free. But this is the sort of fixture where I'll get a bit of false hope, because what will happen here is you'll get Alma on. It'll be just sort of like just ploughing in front of defenders. You'll get St. Maximan on his A's game. You probably see sort of a team which you're not going to see again. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 Newcastle on this one, and then get myself all sort of, this could be the start of something, and then we'll probably lose next weekend terribly.
Okay, that's the Kitsman prediction there. Tom, will go for you on this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Watford are another. Fulham, Norwich shouldn't be here, should they?
No, even worse this year as well, I feel.
I've had enough chances. Just, I think it'll be a pretty boring game, to be honest. As a home team, you want the home team to have something about them and to be able to take the game to a team, and I don't think Watford have got that in them. I think it'll be a dreadful match. You can just see one goal. Could be either way.
Wow.
I'll say Newcastle because we've got a Newcastle fan here. But yeah, could go either way. Yeah.
Wait till we get to the Tottenham game. We're not doing that for you. So.
Yeah.
Well, this finished 2-1 to Watford, and I believe they're favourites with Paddy Power on this one. Daps, what are you going for on this one?
So I'm going to let you into a little secret. I don't know if Soups pays attention, he knows this.
We're talking about where people are born and stuff.
So I was born in Barnet and lived in Boreham Woods, and my real dad, who raised me till I was 3, was a Watford fan, and until I was about 5, so when I went back to his at weekends, I would go to Vicarage Road. So officially, for people that want to call me a Glory supporter, technically you might be able to, because I did initially support Watford until I was 5, then moved up to Manchester, mum remarried, and then I would say I got blessed with the City top, but it's not that much of a blessing when I was 5, to be honest. Although it did mean I got to see the 1989 5-0, was it? 5-0? But anyway, yeah. So initially I was Watford. I love the kit, by the way. The kit's quite nice. But you're right. Watford have had too many chances at it, and they've flopped it too many times. Look, they're not a big... It's funny coming from a small City fan, but they're not a big enough club for the Premier League. There's other bigger clubs that deserve to be in the Premier League for me. The fans deserve to be in it, likes of Forest, Derby. Even there's other teams down there. Watford's, nah. I agree with Josh. This is the type of game that Newcastle can really turn up in, and I could see Newcastle winning. Look, Newcastle have got some ballers.
They have. When they turn up, though, mate. When they turn up,
I can see this. I can see this being a high-scoring game. I can see this maybe being a 3-1 Newcastle.
Okay,
I like that a lot.
Soups, we'll go for you and your prediction on this one.
Well, yeah. Do you know what? Newcastle have got some ballers. They've got they signed Joe Willock and stuff like that. Obviously, he's not playing tomorrow because he's injured.
Yeah.
St. Maximum.
Yes, they got some Maximum and stuff. Obviously, they've got a great team. And I don't know about you, Josh. Right?
Go
but
on.
are you energized by? Have you seen the footage of? I think it's from FIFA.
Steve Bruce.
Steve Bruce,
Get him on.
literally
Get him on.
running like full pace, full speed.
He's
That would
loving
energize
life.
me massively.
He's loving life. Get him involved in training like that. My God.
Sign him
Right,
up.
come on,
Sign him
boys.
up. Get him in.
Yeah.
Get him in.
Oh,
Get him in.
He's amazing.
Sorry, this is my dad. Rest in peace, my dad. God, the ring light. Don't you think he looks like Steve Bruce?
Yes. Yeah, he has got a look of him. He has got a look of Mr. Bruce.
He's an awful manager. I feel sorry for you with Steve Bruce.
No, but
Jesus
but
Christ.
like I said, like we saw on the FIFA footage, he's fast as hell. Like he can
He
literally, I
is,
think his
yeah.
pace at 99% or something.
That's
99.
right. That's right.
So
that's
do you know
right.
what? I think he's going to bring the energy. I think they're going to be great. I kind of can't see. I keep saying I can't see like this win or that lose or loss or whatever. I can only see Newcastle winning tomorrow. Probably let's say. Do you know what? Let's go 3-0. Let's go 3-0.
3-0.
Let's go
Clean
3-0.
sheet. Clean sheet.
I think Watford are going to be the whipping boys of the league this season
St. Maximan masterclass.
because they haven't got like maybe the likes of some other rubbish teams that have just boring defence but kind of semi-effective defences. I think Watford are just rubbish, to be frank with you.
Oh, there we go. There it's been said. Hopefully, there's no Watford fans watching this one.
Talking of boring, we bring up Burnley.
This is the last of the 3 o'clock kickoffs for Saturday, so it's Leicester versus Burnley. So it's Leicester versus Brexit FC, as they like to be known in most parts.
I'm glad you said it. I was going to say. I'm glad you said
I know. I already know from group chat James's opinions on many subjects. So I don't know.
Hey, whoa, hey, don't call me out like that.
We won't talk about a certain man's penalty last week.
Wait, let's not go there.
Soups, we'll go for you on this one. What do you think for Leicester Burnley? Leicester a little bit rocky this season. Perhaps not the top 4 team everyone anticipated.
Sorry, as it's talking kit, can I just intervene real quick? Doesn't Burnley's kit look so Brexit FC?
Yeah, and I'm not too sure what spread X means either, but we'll not go there.
I'd not like to find out what spread X is.
You might have to click over 18 to get on that website.
I'm going to have to do. You know when you go on like a browser where you don't show what you're searching and stuff. I'm not going to. Yeah.
You know what? Brexit FC with that unbroke it. So English.
It's not safe for work, that one.
Yeah.
Don't Google it at work.
It's not safe for work. NSFW. I'll search spread X in my own time.
Spread X.
But I kind of feel like Leicester haven't really kicked on like they should have after the past 2 seasons. You know, finishing tail end of the season, kind of letting things go. But their recruitment is always good. They're always there or thereabouts. Obviously, you can't write off Brendan Rodgers. I feel like with this matchup,
Harvey Barnes is back as well. So yeah,
that'll be good for them. Vardy, obviously, he can always turn it on. He can always have a party. I can see 2-0 at home against Burnley for me. Easy win for Leicester.
Tom, we'll go on you with this one. What do you think?
Yeah, it's just got comfortable home win written all over it, hasn't it? Yeah, Leicester haven't really got started yet this season, but I think this could be one of those games that kind of kickstarts the season. And with a win, it doesn't then look like it's that bad a start to the season. They can kick on from there. I can't see Burnley offering much. I think they'll probably park a bus and try and score from like set pieces and things like that. But if Leicester turn up anywhere near the potential, I think it'll be 2-3-0 easily.
Okay, 2 people convinced so far. Josh, Vardy scored last weekend, so he's broke that duck again and he's back in form. Do you think that could be the difference in this game this week?
No, I don't. I think it's going to be closer than people think. I really don't think that Leicester, like you say, are kicking on like they used to. They're dangerous still, no doubt. But I don't think it's going to go the way we think it's going to go. I've got Burnley down for an early goal. Then Burnley down for early goal. It's gonna shock. It's gonna shock the Leicester faithful, and then they'll get behind him. And then I've got a feeling that you might see Mr. Vardy pop up with a late equaliser. But I don't think people give enough credit to Burnley. Like they've been kicking around the Prem for ages, and I think they've spent the least amount of money. Dyche is been there for God knows how long, and.
So Burnley.
What he's doing there is just ridiculous. Like, you get all these people talking about the top 6 all the time, but he's working wonders up there.
Yeah, give him 600 million. He'd do a better job than Ollie. I'm telling you.
Reckon? Is that what you think?
But you know what? I do, Josh. We were just on a Chelsea podcast, and we were talking about. I actually defended. I don't think I mentioned Burnley, but I was ultimately talking about Burnley. What I don't like is when managers, I think my manager's done it before. I think Klopp's done it before. I think a lot of elite managers have done it in the Premier League where they knock teams like Burnley that go to the Etihad and play 10 men behind the ball and say, oh, this isn't. And it's like, listen, especially to Pep, who's a tacticianist, respect a team that has not got the resources you have and they're coming for a point. So I do get that with Burnley, with the money they've spent. But I just can't really like Burnley, to be honest with you. Don't know why, but I just can't really.
Oh, no one likes Burnley. No one likes Burnley. They respect them.
I respect what he's doing. Look, there's a mark. Look, Stoke stayed up for so many years doing it, and it's football. And
have you been there?
Where Stoke?
Burnley.
Yeah. No, I haven't been Burnley actually. I've been. It's like you get for me. I tried to stay when I lived in Manchester. In fact, I didn't even try to stay. I did stay either central or below in Cheshire. I would never go above Oldham.
That's an away day. I'll miss out.
It's kind of like Back to the Future Part 3.
It's a weird rule of thumb. You'll never go above Oldham, but there we go.
No, it just goes very backwards generally.
Just a little bit of a fact for this one. This finished 4-2 to Leicester last season, so it probably would have been first on Match of the Day. What do you think, Daps, for this one?
I think look, people. I get Leicester haven't started like they ended last. Actually, no, they ended last season pretty badly because they dropped out of the top four. But we have to remember that they've picked up some real injuries in the summer. That horrible tackle on what's his name, Fofana.
Okay.
I think Evans started the season injured as well. And for me, look, that's like City starting the season without Diaz and Laporte. They're two very key. Johnny Evans is one of the most disrespected defenders in the Premier League for me.
Not from United fans, he's not.
No, not from United fans, but from a lot of. From a lot of fans. I would have loved Ched Evans at times when Company was injured and before. Sorry, Ched Evans. I'll I hold tight Ched Evans as well actually, but I would have loved Johnny Evans. But yeah, they haven't kicked on. I mean, Iheanacho hasn't found the form that he had last year and that he had in the Charity Shield against us. I'm looking forward to seeing Daka hit pace because I'm a big fan of Daka. I think
Daka needs to hit
Daka
pace. Maddison as well needs to come alive.
Yeah, I think they haven't started, but I'm a big believer that it's very difficult for the rest of the team to play the way they play if your defense is not settled.
Big up Hamza as well.
And yeah, your cousin, isn't it? But yeah, I think this is the type of game that exactly what I'm talking about. They haven't really started yet. This is the type of game that they can start their season. Like I think Johnny Evans is back now, right?
I think he should be in contention soon. Yeah, certainly sooner than Fofana. I think Fofana's going to be out for the season now. So
yeah, he's gone. He's finished, gone. Yeah. But that hit them massively because it hit them at a horrible time, just as the season was about to start. And
Perez
and
I think they have got the personnel to do some damage, but they just haven't really started the season off in the way that we thought they would. So
and the biggest problem they face is that up until this season, they were floating in and around the top floor. They were really pushing for top four, and I don't believe they can do that this season. So it's interesting to see what happens with them. I mean, Tottenham, Arsenal, Leicester,
Gray, and that we'll see what happens.
But I think this could be a 3-0 Leicester.
Okay. So that was the last of the 3:00 kickoffs. We'll move on to the evening kickoff, which is on Sky Sports. Brentford, Liverpool. And I have to say, I'm not a fan of this Brentford kit, I'll be honest. I am a big fan of the old school Nike logo on the Liverpool kit, although not so much the collar on there.
Five Guys FC.
I'm not sure about that, but that's because it's got a horrible badge on it, to be honest. I don't know whose badge it is, but
those checks as well. That checkered pattern around the collar, around the sleeves.
It's not great, is it? It's not great.
Who approved that?
I don't need no colour on it to know I don't like it. I just look at the badge and the letters and think it kind of stinks, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not the best. Again, the Hollywood bet is just a little bit. It's a little bit sort of Sunday League for me.
They'll all be gone. They'll all be gone next year.
Aren't Hollywood bars like is it Hollywood Bets? Well, that's even worse. Bets. You know what? Hollywood bars are probably bigger than Hollywood Bets.
Hollywood Bowl's probably bigger, I think.
It does look. It kind of. It's like being sponsored by G's Kebabs in Bedford or something. Like, hold tight, G's Kebabs in Bedford. Best kebabs around. Other kebabs are available.
We are talking kit, but we'll go on to the fixtures and the results. Tom, what do you think on this one? Do you think it's going to be as the bookies would think an away win?
Do you know, I think it's going to be a really open match. Brentford have just gone for it every game so far. And it's good to see when a team comes up and they've just got a pair of balls and they go for it. I think they could quite easily score 2 or 3. They could quite easily concede 2 or 3. So I think it'll be an away win. I'll go 3-2 Liverpool. But with Brentford's shirt, you'd think, it's such a big thing coming to the Premier League. You think you'd do something like decent. Like if you take off the badge, that could be like Sheffield. That could be anything, couldn't it? There's nothing.
Sheffield United, Sunderland.
Nothing going for it, man.
And Kitsman Rovers,
and they've got that extra edge that they can say we're from London. Like, woo, we're from London. Like, and get their sponsorship because everyone from London's so trendy. Instead, they got Hollywood Bets.
Is that what you guys do in London? You just go around going,
no, whoa, young man, we are not from London. Just because we speak with a southern accent, don't ever think we're from London.
Okay.
We're what Londoners like to call countryside. Have you ever heard of a cunch line? That's kind of where we are.
Just because you say
Okay.
water, just because we say water.
Hey, I couldn't be
water.
any more in the countryside. Eh? Just Google Lincolnshire.
Oh, Lincolnshire. Yeah, that is where there's like prisons in the middle of nowhere.
There's one hill. It's
There we
very
go.
flat. It's very flat here.
Yeah.
It's every day's a
Yeah.
school day. There's just one
Yeah.
hill. Josh, we'll go on you for a prediction on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a Liverpool win. It can only go one way on this one. I think Brentford will put up a good fight. I mean, Brentford, ever since they won against Arsenal, they were just off the block, weren't they? Absolutely pure entertainment. I genuinely do think they'll do well, but I don't think they've got it in them to actually beat Liverpool. So I'm going to go for 4-2.
4-2 to Liverpool.
Yeah,
Okay.
and also just I know this isn't a kit show, but I have heard rumours that betting sponsors are going next year in the Prem.
Okay. That's
Who
good
are?
to know.
Betting sponsors, yeah, they're going in the Prem.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, it seems that way. There's a lot of news reports coming out saying that they are. So no, there's no smoke without fire in that malarkey.
Fair enough. Daps, I know as a City fan, you'd be hoping for banana skin for Liverpool for this one, but do you think it will be?
This is really difficult because I hate Liverpool. I don't know if I've told the world of YouTube, but I absolutely hate Liverpool. I hate them. I hate everything about them. Apart from Steve, hold tight, Steve Plunk and Hussam. I can name Liverpool people that I like for them.
One finger.
And one of them's not my brother-in-law. But it's hard to not rate them. I put them as Champions League favourites. I think at the moment they potentially have one of the best players in the world in Mohamed Salah. Listen. I'm not saying he's a GOAT. I'm not saying of all time. I'm not saying in the last 15 years. I'm saying currently he's in the debate.
Really?
And that's a fair comment. Yeah, currently he's really good, man. And listen, Liverpool kind of stank last year, but Salah still kept it in. I'm being 100. I hate these debates about Trent being one of the best right backs of all time, and I'm not going to say Trent is one of the best. Salah is one of the best players in the last 10 years. However, right now, I think he's really good, man. I think he's really, really, really good. He's reliable. I'd put him up there with Ronaldo, Lukaku. Who's the other team that are decent? And Ronaldo, Lukaku, and
Kane.
No, not Kane. Kane's poor. And Benzema and Haaland and Salah. For me, they're the goal machines of Europe at the moment. Like, you can rely on Salah. And I think, was it you that said 4-2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 4-2.
No, it wasn't me, but someone else.
Someone said 4-2. I think 4-2 is a really, really, really good shout, because I think this is going to be I think Brentford are going to go for it. But Liverpool at the moment, I think Liverpool are looking really good, man. Really, really good. Really good. Kind of worried. We need an injury or two, don't we? Or maybe some COVID again, and then everything will change.
Soups,
we don't want COVID, by the way. I'm joking about that.
Soups, I'm going to throw a curveball at you. 1-1 this finished the last time these two met in the league. Could you tell me when that was?
When was it?
Wow. When?
I'm asking you to guess.
I'm saying 20.
Whoa. Just a little hint there. Think about this is Brentford. I can't remember when Brentford were in the Premier League ever.
Oh yeah, no.
I don't put you on the spot there with that one, but if you get near
in
it,
the league.
Oh, the league. Oh, the
Yeah,
league.
the league.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's say 1973.
not too far off.
Great year.
May 1947. These two met.
That was my next guess.
I don't. And Hollywood Bets weren't sponsoring them, apparently.
Yeah, funnily enough, I don't think they were a thing back then. But yeah, no, this finished one apiece. Then, what's your prediction for this one? Again, we mentioned banana skins. Do you think this could be one for Liverpool?
I think it could, as long as Ivan Toney, turns up and does his thing. The thing, for me, looking at this game, it's a massive battle between who I pick for my fantasy Premier League team as well.
You forget to do it every week, bruv. So
no, I do. I do massively. But do I go Ivan Toney? Do I go Salah? Do I go safe? Do I take a risk? I'm gonna go safe. I'm gonna go safe. And I kind of feel like Mohamed Salah will do the business. And I think I'm going to see a 2-0 win
2-0.
for Liverpool.
Could be that, to be fair.
2-0 win to Liverpool. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't predict anything.
I don't need to predict. Listen, you're speaking enough for me, Daps. That's fine. I don't need to predict anything.
I do speak too much, so you're doing really well. Otherwise, your show would be 4 hours
No,
long.
it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So that's the end of the Saturday fixtures. Let me just move along very quickly. So on to Sunday.
Tom, is your stream still okay? Yeah? Your stream's not all of a sudden going to go really bad and disappear.
No.
like your season.
We'll see. We'll see what happens after this match.
We've got Southampton Wolves, which will be on Sky Sports. That's 2 p.m. kickoff, obviously part of Super Sunday. We'll go for you on this one, Soups. What do you think for this one?
Okay, yeah, Southampton haven't really kicked into gear. Wolves also haven't kicked into gear. They've just, I don't know, they're just nothing team. Kit-wise, though, look at that Wolves kit. Sensational.
Sorry, have you just changed the sponsor and put a different badge on Brentford?
You could argue that.
No, I know, bruv, I'm joking.
Banter.
To be fair, I don't mind the Hummel shirts. At least they've got something on the sleeves. I don't mind Hummel.
You know what? That kit's lovely.
It's not bad. Who's the kit sponsor for Wolves?
Castor. They also do Newcastle this season as well, and
Does
Rangers.
that say Manbet?
I think it
believe
does.
so. It's a Chinese consortium that's backed towards
Is Manbet X similar to the other one we were talking about?
It might be, but honestly, this kit for Wolves, sensational. Like I love it. I love.
I like that a lot.
Black kit. It's like really nice with like the golden, orangey highlights, amber highlights and stuff. No, it's really good.
But this isn't talking kit.
But we're not talking.
We can still discuss the kits. That's fine. There's no clash of colours. I'm glad that they're not in orange though. That's the main thing. I don't think.
Their orange kit is a bit overbearish. It's a bit too much.
I feel like Wolves have got another nice kit as well. I feel like they've got another one.
Yeah, it's the white one. I think this is the third, so I think that'll be the
and they had that one last season that was basically Portugal's kit.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yes,
yeah,
they did. But I do prefer Southampton's kit. I prefer this kit to the one that they had with the single red stripe that goes across the middle.
Well, that reminds me of
I can't stand that. That's rubbish. That's literally like one of the like first kits you get when you win your first match in FIFA. So forget about them. And because Wolves have got the best kit this week,
that's the reason we go.
That's literally that's the rationale. I can see a 2-1 win to Wolves. Come on, you Wolves.
Okay, Josh, we'll go with you next. What's your prediction for this one?
Yeah, I must admit I'm not sort of high up on my stats of these two. All I know is that Wolves haven't been doing very well, and neither have Southampton.
Whoa!
I don't think it's going to be.
They had a lucky draw last week, didn't they?
Southampton right now are world beaters, okay, and I won't let anyone say otherwise, okay.
World beaters.
I'm going for a 0-0.
0-0 from Josh. Tom.
Yeah, when you said Super Sunday and this popped up, I just thought, I just can't see much happening in it, to be honest. Probably because I'm not going to be watching it. Can think of a million better things to be doing. But I'll go for home win. I think Wolves have been a bit unlucky though, because they've not got many points. They're not scoring, but they're doing well up until the final third, but it's just not happening. But I don't think this is the match where it's going to start. So, yeah, home win.
Daps, obviously you saw City couldn't quite break Southampton down in the last fixture. What do you think of that Southampton team and their chances?
I'm joking aside. I don't think that's much about Southampton. I think that was just us being, quite frankly, a bit disrespectful and lacking a striker. We generally aren't like that as well. But it was really bad, man. Like at one point, I think in the end of the first half, we'd have 4 shots, none on goal. Southampton had 3 shots, 1 on goal. And for me, as a team that spent as much money, yes, we don't have a striker. That was my club's fault. It wasn't good enough. I'm just on my phone really quickly. So they've got Jimenez back now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But they haven't gotten. But Neto's still not back. That's who I was looking for.
It doesn't. They have got a few injuries. So
they've got. I feel like
Zimmerman and Cantwell.
I feel like this is the season that unfortunately Wolves are going to like. 2 seasons ago, Wolves were really good. Last season, they kind of got found out a bit. Now with the manager leaving, I think they're going to get really found out this season, and I think their best players are going to. I wouldn't be surprised at the end of this season if Jimenez, Neto, and Connor Cody potentially all go. Yeah, I think when you get these teams that come up and they have that little spell and it all looks great, and then it just crumbles, and the players all like they've already lost Jota to Liverpool, who's proven what he can do at a big club. I think for last season when he was fit, he was one of Liverpool's best players. I think Wolves are really going to come unstuck. I think this might be a 1-0 win to Southampton.
Okay, we've gone 1-0. I tell you what, we'll move on to the next fixture for Super Sunday. Why not? I think we'll go to Tom on this one first. Okay.
Super.
Tom, who needs the 3 points more, do you think? Is it Nuno? Is it Arteta?
I'm going to be biased and say we need them more. But when you think how Arsenal started the season and everyone was just ripping them for it, I think if they beat us, will they be level on points with us? So it's just
they've won 3 on the bounce.
Arsenal. Yeah, and it's like all of a sudden it's bit of form, isn't it? Bit of consistency. I'm just not looking forward to it at all. Like I just feel drained even thinking about it.
You're Nuno out, ain't you?
No, I'm not Nuno out. I think
should be.
No, it's not his fault, because if he goes, and who's coming in and what's he gonna do? And it's the same. It was just like with Mourinho, when they say Mourinho lost the dressing room. It's the same way Pochettino lost the dressing room. It's if the players Pochettino got them to a certain point, those players then needed to go, and we need to replace them with the players who could take us to that level. But we didn't. And all those players who couldn't take us to that level are still here on the same money, on great contracts, and with not a lot of motivation to break through. And it's the circle of Tottenham. It's what happens.
The thing is that when, obviously, we all know, first game of the season, Tottenham City, and the ground was rocking. Tottenham looked really, really, really good. And what they look like to me is a team of players that wanted to prove that they are not a one-team player without Kane, right?
100%.
So the way your whole team worked that game, you wanted it so much more than us. Then you did have Son that stepped up and showed he wanted to be the star man. When he got that ball, I personally thought he's being a bit greedy. But then the way when he scored, I thought, well, that's why he's being greedy, because he wants to show we don't need Kane. And I felt that across the whole team, that you look like a team playing to prove, look, we're good players. We don't need Harry Kane. And then Harry Kane's come back in, and it might sound mad. I didn't want him at City. I wouldn't have been mad if he came. I didn't want him at City. He's too old. When Pep leaves, we need a young striker. We don't need an old striker with ankles. But I feel like he's lost. I know he's not your captain on paper, but I feel like Kane has lost the dressing room. And I think the minute he's been brought back in, I think a few of the players have kind of taken that as in, look, we played the champions and we beat them and we outplayed them, working hard for this team. And Kane's just swum back in, and Tottenham fans have kind of forgiven him. And since then, it's just, look, I personally, however, think Kane will score 2 at the weekend.
Big talk.
Because this is the type of game that he will step up and show that he does like Tottenham. I won't say he loves Tottenham, but I think he'll score 2. I think
if I had to push you for a score, Tom, what do you think?
I'll go for a score draw, but that's with Tottenham tinted glasses on. I'm not feeling confident at all, to be honest.
Would you be happy with a draw this weekend?
Yeah, 100%. I'd have that. I'd take that. Yeah.
Josh, we'll go to you on this one. Who do you think needs 3 points more?
It's a hard one, isn't it? I don't know. I think Arteta needs it more, to be fair. Although, I think Arteta needs it more, but I think it's going to be a draw, 2-2.
Okay, cool. Score draw. Daps, obviously, you've said Kane's going to get a brace. So do you think the Spurs win?
2-2.
Oh, Soups, what do you think?
So my birthday, is 30th of November, right? And I share my birthday with Mark Twain. Mark Twain's famous saying is, history never repeats itself. At best, it rhymes. So I know Spurs' record is dire against Arsenal, right?
Well, Eric.
Yeah, Spurs' record against Arsenal is horrible. However, I kind of feel both teams are in a similar place right now. They're both disgusting, but all I can see is
How dare you from a United fan?
Harry Kane. No, all I can see is Harry Kane resurgence, Harry Kane Son link up. Maybe Dele Alli will finally have one of his good games. Maybe he's rubbish, but maybe he'll finally have a good game. And Ndombele, he's a sensational baller. If Ndombele plays, I would love to see Tottenham come out winners of this North London derby.
I've just got to let you know that although Soup supports Man United, half of his house is Tottenham, and he's got a really soft spot for Tottenham because that was so Tottenhamish, bruv.
That was very poetic.
Very Spursy.
COYS and that. COYS. No, honestly, I would love to see Spurs win it. I'd love to. Mainly because I can probably give my Arsenal supporting friends bit of give them a bit of jib and that, just like cuss them. But I would also I'd love to see Spurs win North London derby and prove that North London is white.
Over the course, we will move on to the final game of the week. But Tom, over the course of 38 games, Spurs above Arsenal in the league.
I think it's going to be tight. I think I can see us being like both of us 8th, 9th. I think it's going to be a long season. Like I said to you after the City and the Wolves games that we won, I felt like we were papering over cracks, and I think one or two injuries and we'll be knackered. And I think they're pretty knackered anyway. So it's not much to shout about in North London at the minute, unfortunately.
So that's the North London derby.
You've got an AJ fight tomorrow. You can shout about that.
So that's Arsenal Spurs 4:30 Sky Sport. So the final fixture of the weekend, going into next week technically.
Massive.
Monday, 8 p.m. Palace versus Brighton. Josh, we'll start with you on this one. Vieira sort of starting to turn the cogs a little bit. What do you think for this one?
Can I say something really controversial? Is that all right?
Of course, go for it.
Daps is a dickhead. Sorry.
He said controversial, Daps. It's fine.
Oh, yeah. Aaron told me you lot were funny.
Sorry, go on, Josh.
I don't even enjoy watching the Premier League anymore.
Oh, really? Right. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I just don't even enjoy
look at
it.
you in your Bayern Munich shirt, talking all European football. And
what's the way forward? You call it a foul?
No, right. Yeah, come on. Yeah,
I love that top. That top's lovely, though.
No, seriously, I'll give you my opinion on it, but I've just got to that point now where I think, I'm hearing every single sort of weekend. It's you got Souness having a grumble about something. You've got Neville having a grumble about something. It's continuous.
All right.
I mean, can you imagine if Graham Souness goes back to his wife and starts sort of talking about football as well when they get to the dinner table? She must be absolutely sick of him. Absolutely sick of him.
Do you know
what? We're all sick of Souness.
But I think, Josh, I think you've got a really good point. I have noticed this, that I hated Neville as a player. I hated Carragher as a player, and I probably would have hated Souness if it was my era because he played for Liverpool. But certainly Neville, I got so much respect for when he first became a pundit because his views were sensational.
He is good.
He has been good, and Carragher. It's harder to like Carragher, but he's been good. The chemistry has been good. The Keane and Richards chemistry was good. But I do feel like this season, more than ever, it's like Sky has become like Talk Sport. And it's like Neville's become too powerful with his opinions. And it's moved away from talking about football tactics now. And they're talking about They're getting a bit too powerful. They're talking about things where it's like, do you know what, Neville? I respect you talking about football tactics because you get it bang on, but you're starting to contradict yourself overall in actually talking about subjects bigger than football. And I get it. I get what you're saying. It's becoming less about football and more about these guys'
it.
opinions on football.
That's it.
And
That's
I
it.
do 100% get what you're saying. But
I mean, it just gets to a weekend now, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, there's just a few matches on. But like, I would much prefer watching the lower league Italian divisions and things like that, where there's, I love my Serie C and my Serie D. But I'm not going to go on about that. You asked a question about who I thought was going to win that football
that
match.
was about fine. That must be some dishes on an Italian menu or something. Because I've never heard.
I know. I just wanted to add a little bit of controversy.
You really
to the
vented
mix. I did. I'm going to go. Edouard's firing, isn't he? He's done really well for Palace in the short time he's been there. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win.
Yes.
2-0 win to Palace. Fair enough. We're going to use that as a thumbnail. Josh hates Premier League. Just
like C and D.
Perfect clickbait. Tom, we'll go on you on this one. What do you think for this?
These two absolutely hate each other, don't they? It's a really weird rivalry because they're quite far apart, but they absolutely can't stand each other. And
you know what? I get it, actually. You know what it is? Actually, so Palace is not in the coast. However, the train line from South London to Brighton, it really isn't that far. So I would not be surprised if it's a bit of a like, you see how Lancashire hates Merseyside and Yorkshire. I wouldn't be surprised if it's something to do with that, you know. Like, a lot of South London guys go to Brighton just on the piss up. So it might be that. That's it. I didn't know they had a rivalry, but if I'm going to put it on it, it might be to do with that. The train line.
Yeah. Fair enough. The train line derby. But, to be honest, I couldn't care less.
Wow.
Welcome to my world.
Brilliant.
The only good thing I've got to say about this is, do you remember, was it 2012 or 2013, and they played each other in the playoff semi-final? And the rumour was that Gustavo Poyet took a dump in Crystal Palace's dressing room.
Yeah, and Ian Holloway kicked off and stuff.
Yeah. And so on that note, I think it's going to be a stinker. I'm going to go for 0-0.
Yes, I like the stinker.
Another funny one.
Fantastic.
Another funny
There
one.
we go. Soups, we'll go for you on this one.
Do you know what? I really like their kit.
Both of them.
Yeah.
I even like the way Palace have done the diagonal.
I
to
like
be a bit edgy.
That's good.
I do like how they've kind of been inspired by Chelsea's kit as well. Palace.
What, to get back at Chelsea for last season?
Yeah, for last season. I kind of like how they've done it with the blue and red.
I didn't realise they'd done that.
You know, I really like Brighton's kit. It's great.
Brighton's kit's lovely.
No, it's lovely. And I think last season they had a black one as well. That was amazing. I'm sure that's been my kit on FIFA as well. I keep talking about FIFA, but I'm sure that's been the kit that I've chosen as well.
Also, as we're talking kits, for people that go out and get sponsors we've never heard of, Brighton have done quite well for a ground their size to get American Express. I mean, take note.
They've done well.
But that kit's lovely, man. I really like both of them. I think Palace's kit's nice.
It's really nice. And I think literally just based on that, based on that,
vibes.
Yeah, vibes with nothing else, because Zaha can turn up or he won't turn up. So, I kind of feel like Brighton are going to win this 2-1. But you have to ask yourself, where's Paul Pogba in all this? Where's Paul Pogba?
That's a very good point. It's a very good point.
Why is he not, why is he not here, like telling them which kits to wear and stuff like that? Why is he not giving his opinion?
There we go. October last year, it was 1 apiece. Daps, what do you think for this one?
You know what? I listened to. I think this is going to be a Palace win. Like you said, Vieira's beginning to get. He's going through the gears. I think he's beginning to get it. And you know what? Although the Premier League hasn't seen Vieira much, Vieira's been a manager for a while now. I think he came in managing our youngers. He was one of the first people to come in, I think, under when we got money. I listened to a really interesting interview with Zaha the other day.
It wasn't really interesting, was it?
No, it was interesting, but it was very interesting because I found out that the guy is not as arrogant and is not as much of an idiot as I thought he was. He's actually a really good guy who's donated a lot of money, given housing to NHS and whatever else. But he was talking about what Vieira's said to him, and it's different to kind of Pep's vibe of everyone needs to get back and put a shift in. And what Vieira said to Zaha is, your impact on the game is up top. I don't want you tracking back and doing this and that. I want you to stay up top. You need to be getting more goals and more assists, which is probably true for a guy of Zaha's talent. And Zaha said, he's right. Why do I not take penalties? Why do I not take free kicks? And like his whole thing is that he wants to be a 20-goal a season player. He doesn't want to be tracking back and doing that. I mean, you tell a striker you don't have to track back, and God, they're not going to track back. But
can I just add on to that? So do you know what I did? My prediction was literally based on Eze being out because he's a baller, isn't he?
I mean, it's unproven.
Eze, I think Eze.
I heard he was better than Foden at one point last season.
I think Eze's great, but I think he's out till based on the research I just done.
But you said Brighton were going to win anyway, Buff. So.
I think Brighton are going to win anyway, but that's like I said.
So now you're saying 5-0.
No. It's based on Eze being out, and
Eze plays for Palace.
Yeah, so Eze, that's what I'm saying. So I think Brighton are going to win. That's based on Eze being out. If Eze was back,
oh right, so you're checking it. Okay, so what you're saying is that you checked something and there's no need to speak because it is as you thought it was.
It confirmed my bias. Brighton are going to win.
That's prediction, please.
Thanks for that, Eze. I mean, Esse. No Holmes. Right, I think this is going to be 3-1 Palace.
Cool. You've gone for 3-1 Palace for the Monday Night Football. That's this week's predictions. We'll see if anyone gets any winning bets, if that's on their accumulators or anything. Just before we finish, Josh, have you got anything to plug or promote?
Not really, no. There's some really cool kits coming out tomorrow, though, on Kit and Bones channel. He's doing some Halloween-themed football kits. Look really good. They're based on sort of like the PSG shirt, Borussia Mönchengladbach, and also Roma. So definitely check those out tomorrow.
Cool, certainly. So you follow the at the Kitsman on social media, on the Twitter. I'm sure you'll have something on there. Daps, Soups, anything to plug before we go?
You know what? I don't want to plug anything yet. So really quick. So Josh, a.k.a. the Kitsman, do you run a shop that sells, or a website that sells kits?
No, so don't sell them, but we basically sort of have ties with classic football shirts. So we're quite friendly with them, and
a bit like the shop in Manchester.
Yeah, really, really nice.
Really good. I went there the other week.
Deansgate, isn't it? Deansgate.
Yeah, bang on Deansgate. So I went there twice actually.
Do you know what, Josh? I'd really like, the Newton Heath inspired kit with the crisscross laces and stuff, the green and yellow.
Oh, the Kanchelskis.
If you know somebody who can get me,
do you know what? Actually, no. Do you know what?
I love it. I love it.
The shop in Manchester, I'm pretty certain they had a Cantona.
Yeah.
They will.
I'd love it. I'd love it.
Quite a lot of money. And
I'm going to check out Josh, a.k.a. the Kitsman. I'm going to check out the Kitsman's website.
Do it. We should all do it.
Everyone, check out Josh the Kitsman.
I've got nothing on there. That's just it.
I mean, it's fine. Check you out, and you can maybe build it right now. And if you can get kits, I really want a special one. That I think we've done. I'm trying to find it everywhere. I asked in the shop. I think it's a concept kit, but City did promote it. Edison wore it. It's a goalkeeper shirt, short sleeve, and it's in like paying respect to the banana. So it's beautiful, man. I want it really badly. But yeah, no. So go and check out Josh, 100%.
And to bring it back to what you were saying, we are from Never a Foul. We've got a YouTube channel. We've got We've got other social media platforms and stuff like
Never
that.
a Foul everywhere.
But just follow Never a Foul everywhere. All one word. Never a Foul.
Or Never a Foul Media on
Never a Foul Media on Instagram.
And Talking Kit.
And
please subscribe to Talking Kit.
Follow Talking Kit as well. Please follow Talking Kit.
They're our family.
Great shows, great stuff going on. Honestly, it's been a brilliant discussion and we've really enjoyed it.
It's a fun show.
Been good.
Fun. Very fun.
It's been great. Tom, for you, anything you want to plug? You didn't have anything last time when you were on the pod, but...
No, do you know what I'll say? We should all just go on Spread Exports and have a look on that. That's all about.
What was the other one? Betman.
That's it.
And on that note, guys, thank you very much for watching the show this evening. It's been great. We'll no doubt have you all on again in the future. But yeah, like and subscribe to the channel. Never a Foul, as always. Josh, Tom, you've all been great. And yes, we will see you again next time.
Yeah, thanks so much.
But no, absolutely. Everyone follow them on the socials. And yeah, same time next time for next week's show, no doubt. I think Aaron will probably be doing it next week again, which, again, the interim manager will be over and out and probably sat just
Oh,
just
mate.
below the
In
40
trim,
points
so
mark.
you're kind of like
Don't
Ronaldo.
talk yourself down, man. Don't talk yourself down.
But
Don't you dare talk yourself. It's been great.
No,
honestly.
absolutely.
Honestly.
You know what? You listen, bruv. You really controlled the flow of the show. You've managed to shut me up a few
You've
times.
harnessed us.
Thank you. Well,
You've harnessed
not
us.
not as much as we would like, but no, thanks guys for coming on. I'll hit you all up in the green room, but I'm gonna over and out with the show for now. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.